Hello and welcome. This is the Daily Reset for Success show, and we're here live on YouTube and Facebook. And then we have replays, of course. If you miss it, you can always go back to the YouTube channel, Natural Curiosity, and check it out. Listen to all the different replays. It's fun, it's exciting, and we think it's full of great information and guests. And today we have a co-host, Jane Moughon. Hey, Jane, how you doing?
Hey, how's everybody?
And Lady Lou.
Hi there. We're so glad everyone is here, those live and those who will watch this as a replay. We appreciate you, and we also thank you for subscribing to our YouTube channel, the big red button over there. We'd love to have you as a subscriber.
Yes, we also take this information and put it out on all the podcast apps, all the popular podcast apps. So if you need to take us, as Louise would say, if you need to take us on the go, you can do it. Just put your earbuds in or turn your car on and post in the podcast of your choice and listen to us while you're in the car. I like to listen while I'm walking the dog, doing the laundry, but you just never know what you're going to be doing. So today we have some wonderful opportunities to listen to the doctor talk about some business advice. So cash flow clues. I really like this topic because we really need cash flow. And if you're starting a business or you're growing your business, or let's face it, if you just have a side hustle, you want to know more about cash flow. So I'm going to start off by asking Lady Lou if she has a really good question for Dr. Jane Moughon.
Yes, thank you, Marian. I have a bunch of questions for Jane. We've known each other for, 15, 20 years, I guess, but we kind of lost touch. You know how that happens when you're busy, and I moved away. But Jane has morphed into, what do you call yourself exactly, Jane? What doctor?
Your personal business doctor.
That is such a great title. She has even branded herself with a lab coat, and you can't see it because she's a little too low, but she's got her name engraved or embroidered on her lab coat, and she wears her stethoscope, and it has branded her beautifully, and her glasses. This makes her look so much like a doctor. And it's so good because she knows all the answers to all the questions about growing your business. So Jane, my question is, what is your very first and biggest and best tip for anyone out there with a home business or an entrepreneurship or any kind of business, even a brick and mortar? What would you tell them to do first?
The biggest thing is to keep a cash flow projection.
Oh.
Now, a lot of people don't know what that is.
I don't.
No, you need to tell us.
So a cash flow projection can be on an Excel spreadsheet, or it can be on a piece of paper. And you start out with how much cash you've got in the bank today. And then to that, you add how much cash or sales you're expecting this month. Or you can do it weekly. And then you add those two together. So that's what's possible with our cash. And then down below that, we start to list all the things that we've got to pay out that week or that month, whichever way you're doing it. So if you've got employees with salaries, if you've got your rent payment coming up, you've got some other kind of mortgage payment, all kinds of payments, your car payment, then you subtract all that, and down at the bottom you see what cash is going to be available at the end of the month. And so if you realize that, wow, some big quarterly bill, annual bill is coming up this month and this week, then it's going to cut into your cash. And so then down at the bottom, you might be really short. So then you take it up to the next month and you start with what's negative or what's, going to be the projection. And you realize, I've got to go get a line of credit at the bank. I've got to pull some money out of savings. I've got to put some more cash in so that I don't run out of cash.
Oh, I think that is brilliant, because how many of us would have thought of that? I mean, I've got my money in the bank. I've got 2 clients that pay me every month. And then, where does the rest of the money come from? So you have to start thinking about that, don't you, Jane?
Right, right. And this is a critical statement, a critical form that needs to be, and people don't know about it. Even but the corporations do a cash flow statement when they do big corporate financials, but that's all in the past. But this is a projection to keep track of it ahead of time. And I do it personally all the time too.
That's a good idea. Now I can see that, because what happens to me is, I have different accounts for different things going on. So some of my clients want to pay me personally, and then I have to figure out how to get it into my business. They want to write the check to Marian LaSalle, or they want to PayPal me through, and so I have to try to move all that money around different places to pay different bills.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have a personal account, and I just use my debit card when I go to the grocery store and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always surprised when I get this little message from my bank that says, "Oh, you owe us $12 because you didn't have enough money for that." I like the fact that they'll do that they'll let me pay for my groceries or whatever. But
Wow.
I forget I have my car payment coming out, my car insurance. I mean, there's all these things that come out, and if I had a projection like you said,
Mm-hmm.
I could look at it and say, "Oh, wait. Before I go to the grocery store today, let me funnel some money into that account."
That's right.
Oh,
Oh,
With all
we-
these automatic debits, you got to keep up with that because they can be a big surprise.
yeah,
big surprise.
we forget about them. And I've always heard for years and years, and all the sales training I've had over the years, that and you write down your goals, and I like to call them intentions. It just sounds more sophisticated.
Yeah.
You write down your intentions of how much money you want coming in each week, each month, however that looks,
Mm-hmm.
so that your subconscious mind goes to work and says, "Oh, we need $5,000 for this whole month. Where's it going to come from?" And your mind starts thinking about it. And who's this? Judy. Hi, Judy.
No, this is Jody
Jody, excuse me.
Bernberg.
My eyes, I don't have my glasses on.
I'll read
Hi,
them. Don't
Jody.
you worry.
You read them. But anyway, if you write it down in a journal or on a pegboard or whatever you've got, that you see it every day, $5,000 this month, your mind takes it in and it creates ways for you to create that money.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And you can put it on your vision board too. And I've done an electronic vision board. I don't know if y'all have done electronic ones, but
No.
yeah, you just go on Google Images and download to a Word document, and you can keep putting them on and putting them on,
Oh,
and print it off and put it on your refrigerator.
I love it. I
I
love
do
it.
too.
That is brilliant, Jane.
Thank
So
you.
anyway, Marian's got a question. I know she does.
I'm just eager to ask you this. Okay. So before we went on air, Jane gave us a little secret about some information for business owners. So if you're thinking about creating a business, or you've already got your business and you want to grow and you need some cash flow coming in, definitely check out Jane. Okay, so Jane, tell us about some of your giveaways. Now, I know there's one that you can go and get right now, 35 silent business killers. And you can get that on her website.
Yeah. Yeah, I wrote a book. There we go. 35 and how to stop them before they kill your business. And these are some of the things that took some major companies down, including Enron and some of those other ones that we know about.
Oh,
But
dear.
it's as an ebook on my website. I also offer a free session. In 45 minutes, I can find you $10,000 in your business. And I do that over Zoom.
Oh,
So
wow.
I show you some very quick strategies that you can use right away in your business to increase your cash flow.
And they sign up for that on your website also?
Yeah, or email me, Jane@yourpersonalbusinessdoctor.com.
Perfect.
Jane@yourpersonalbusinessdoctor.com. It's kind of
Perfect.
long for those of you that are listening on the podcast.
It's
That's
a
okay. If you go to your website, they can get everything they need, right? And I will
Right.
have all the information that we need down below in the description. Now, we're live on YouTube, and they do have replays, so you
Uh-huh.
can see the descriptions even a
Right.
year from now. We're live on Facebook, same thing. Natural Curiosity has a group you can join, and it's amazing, all the information we have there. And we're also live on your favorite podcast apps. And every place has a place for the descriptions. So
Okay.
anything we talk about today will be down there.
Yeah. I have one more offer. You want to save that to the end?
Okay, sure, yeah.
Make them wait. Make them wait. Well, what's another tip that you know is so important for business owners?
Oh my gosh, here's a huge one. So many business owners take all their time, they get a client, they sell the business, they do the work, and then they invoice maybe later, not even right away, but the accounts receivable. Their cash is sitting in accounts receivable, even though on their income statement it looks like we're making a profit. That's all on paper, but the cash is not in the bank until you collect that money. And so many business owners do that. And on the flip side is a business owner, they don't want to have any debt. So then they pay off their bills faster than their customers are paying them. And so then you get a timing issue that you've sent out your cash by paying your own bills and you haven't been collecting your accounts receivable.
So it
Yeah.
would pay to have a bookkeeper, or if you're a good bookkeeper, do it yourself.
Or get money up front. Dell Computer, they get your money before they even start your computer.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so they're using your money to buy the supplies and the tools to make your computer, and then they send it to you.
I didn't know that.
We
Well, it
have
makes
some
sense.
more. I'm so sorry. Just one second. We have some more people in the audience, and they're on Facebook. And I want to remind anybody who's on Facebook, they have some strict policies about sharing their information. So basically, if you're going to talk to us, we want to know who you are. I just happen to know this is Ricky McKenna, and she has to give permission. Anybody who's on Facebook has to give permission for us to see who you are. And she did. Oh, good. Yes, we can
Tell them
see
where to
that.
find it.
I actually put it in the description that is on Facebook, and you'll see it down at the bottom. It just says give StreamYard permission. So all you have to do is click it. So this is Ricky. She is now able to tell us who she is, and now we can see her beautiful face.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, so nice.
And she says she needs some cash flow.
Well,
Yes, she does need cash
Oh,
flow.
yeah.
That's
especially,
right.
Well, especially now, and Ricky does wonderful. I'll give her a little plug. She does wonderful cooking classes online.
They're so popular, Lady Lou, that she's decided to do it for the month of May. She just announced it this morning on her Facebook page. So if you like healthy cooking, if you want to learn how to cook healthy for you and your family, tune in to Ricky McKenna. And I'll put the description down below. And she's been on our show several times, and I really, really like helping her grow her business. So I invited her specifically here today to listen to Jane, because Jane has so many great ideas. So let's keep going.
Okay.
Good. Thank you, Jane, for being here.
I'm so glad you have me.
Well, we are too. So give us some more tips.
Well, the other thing is so many business owners pay their invoices fast. So one of the tips is to not do that, not pay them as fast as you would normally want to. Hold off. In commercial business, a lot of people don't pay for 90 days. So, and a lot of big companies don't pay their invoices for 90 days. So
That's hard.
yeah. And so what you can do is give 1% or 2%. If you've got a big invoice, give your customer a discount for paying early if you don't get some money up front. But I certainly am a proponent of getting money up front and then the rest after you perform the service.
I think that's a brilliant thing, because roofers do that. Most any type of a business that has a big expense like a roof, in this instance, they have to have money to go buy the supplies.
That's right.
Most of them ask for 50% up front. So if you're in a big invoice situation in your business, and like say the invoice is going to be $2,000, ask for half down.
Right.
It's only fair, and people are used to doing it.
When I had my wall upholstery business, that's what I did. I used to put padding and fabric on walls. I don't know if you remember that, Lou.
Oh,
Yeah. I've
that was
had
hard
several
work.
businesses.
I like what you're doing now better.
I do too. Because I actually fell off of a ladder in the wall upholstery business and broke my ankle.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Well, I remember we were at a speakers conference in San Antonio. Was that when you broke your ankle?
No, I did that ankle thing here in Houston.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. That
no
speaker
fun.
thing was another incident that happened.
Well,
It
we
was
don't like incidents, do we?
No, we don't. We don't like incidents. Yeah. So there's other ways that a business can save money. One of the things is that we talk about, and I'm doing a focus group on Friday, May 1st at noon, that also you can register for, and that's free. But one of the things in there we talk about is hiring interns for your business as opposed to more expensive. And some interns can work or will work for free to get the credit for school.
That's right.
And so you can get you can train them and get some help. I personally have had what started out high school students and then stayed with me clear through college who came every now and then, once a month, once a week, and they did filing for me because that's the last thing I want to do. And and other things. And I also coached them along the way about life and business and those kind of things. So now they're very successful.
Hi, Renee and Kent Miller. So glad that you're here.
Yeah.
Yay.
Hi, Renee. I don't know you, but glad you're here.
Well, tell me, how do you find interns? Is there a secret to that?
One of the things is, well, there's a couple of ways. Number one, the business teachers at schools, at the high schools. I know my daughter, she worked for Shell Oil in a senior year as an intern, and it's through the business teacher. Now, the business teacher will vet, so to speak, the business and make sure that, you know, you are business and it's good and whatever. But that's one way. Another way was I used to live in Cinco Ranch, and they had a list of teenagers that wanted to work. And so that's how I got 3 of them off of that list and called them. And then they came over and we interviewed each other, and that's how I got them. So, and there's, I'm sure, colleges. I got mine from high school, but the colleges also love to do internships. So if you got the business professor there, that would be a great way to find them.
I love it.
So I am very excited about this focus group that you're talking about. How do people register for that?
They, hang on, I've got it several places. It's actually on Facebook, my Facebook page, Jane Moughon on Facebook, or your personal business doctor. It's listed on there. It says I'm hosting a focus group free, and the registration is on there too. And it's this Friday, day after tomorrow at noon, and it's going to be on Zoom. So they can register for that too.
And that's Central Time. So spell your last name, Jane.
Moughon.
Moughon.
Moughon. Yeah.
I like that. Okay.
So
we're going to be there.
Oh, good. It gets pronounced lots of different ways, like a lot of other people's names.
Just call you Jane.
Yes. For those of you who you can't write down any information right now, don't you worry. We have it all on the screen and down below. Jane Moughon, your personalbusinessdoctor.com is where you're going to get all this information. Now, I do have a short story about interns. A long time ago, when I lived in the Clear Lake area, I had an office. We did networking for businesses, mostly like medical offices, law firms, things like that. This is long before they had laptops. So everybody had to come into the office, and we had dummy computers, and there was a big network. Well, if the network went down, they were out of luck, right?
Right.
So we would be called in, anytime, day or night, even on the weekends. It just felt like I could never take a vacation or get away because there was always somebody had an emergency with their network. They've gotten away from that now. Everybody has a laptop and, everything's done in the cloud. But back then it was bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, I wanted interns, and I was introduced to a business school where you could apply for an intern, and it was free. Now, just like Jane said, you could do free or low cost, right? It just depends on where you're going to go and how you feel about the intern. And some of those interns, well, the first intern they sent me turned out to be a full-time secretary for me for the rest of the business.
Wow.
She was awesome. Now, the second intern I had to literally grab him by the neck and walk him out the door and set him on the stoop outside.
Oh, no.
So you can't, guarantee that they're going to be great, but it's a wonderful opportunity. And if you want to learn about it, you could come to Jane's focus group. What an idea. It's on Zoom. You don't even have to leave your office.
That's right. That's right. That's exactly right.
Well, we appreciate that because we're going to learn something too. And I think we need to start calling you Dr. Jane.
I love that. I love that.
Oh, beautiful. See, what's another good tip or secret that you've got? I know you got a bunch of them.
Well, the other thing is hiring contractors as opposed to employees, short-term contractors. The both of you might know of Fiverr. Have you heard of that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Some people haven't heard of it.
Oh.
And it's such a great resource of all kinds of social things. And most of them are technology. My own logo I got from Fiverr. And, it's very low cost. You just don't have to spend a lot. And then the other thing about saving money, there's all kinds of ways. Here's another thing. Business owners are so afraid to raise their rates.
Oh.
And that's another thing I talk about in this focus group is just raising your rates just 10%. And because what happens is that all these expenses that we're paying, they continue to raise their rates. Your internet provider, your cell phone provider, your electricity company, all kinds of these people continue to raise their rates. And yet a small business owner is just afraid they're going to lose everybody if they raise their rates. And so that's another great way for cash flow, because that's the way to get cash is either reduce your expenses or increase your sales and your prices. So those are big tips that so many business owners are afraid. And the truth of it is you're not going to lose 10% of your customers or even 25% if you raise your rates. I mean, do we leave our vendors if they raise our rates, if they keep adding up? No, we don't leave them. And if they do, then they weren't loyal to you and your company anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Lady Lou has helped me with mine. I started giving lots of stuff away for free.
Yeah.
And finally, she went behind my back and asked everybody in the group to please, start thinking about, paying me, because I was given so much of my time and my energy. And finally, they all revolted and said, we have to start paying you. So I started out really low, and then I went up a little bit, and I went up a little bit, and I didn't lose anybody. I actually grew. So I can see your point here. Sometimes we need an outside entity to say, come on, you're worth it. You, like you said, you have expenses. You need to up your rates in order to stay alive.
Absolutely. And there is this theory that the more you charge, the more customers you get.
That's what happened to me.
Well, they appreciate the value that you're giving, and they know it costs money. They're not silly. They're business owners, so they know they have to pay for things. So it's wise to raise your rates so that you tell them you're worth it.
Now, I know we only have 5 more minutes left, so I want you to have the time to tell them about your final giveaway that you have today.
Okay.
Dr. Jane, go for it.
Well, what just came out is we have some grants. I have 10 grants to offer to small business owners, and you have to apply for them. And I'll have to get the forms. Anyway, we'll get the forms, and you have to email me that you want to do that. But $5,000 grants to apply towards business coaching. And
Wow.
so that's something that, okay, I didn't tell you about my passion, did I? I didn't tell you that part.
No.
My passion is to keep small business owners in business. My first husband worked for his dad, and that company went bankrupt, and we almost lost our house. So it was a miracle God thing that happened. But anyway, I have lived through a small business going bankrupt and how that affects a family. And so my passion, I have so much knowledge and experience about businesses. I've had several myself, and now I've got all these resources with the company, the association I'm with. And so and also the thing is to get business owners ready time to make your company bigger and better, and the processes while we've got time, because there is a surge coming. People are holding back. Lord knows how many of us need a haircut. And that's just one thing. And the rest, some of us are dying to go to a restaurant.
Yeah.
Business is coming, and I've got to, my passion is to help these small businesses get ready. Just to get ready.
Yes. Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, so all of these grants, the grant information would be also on your website, right?
Well, it's not there yet. It's brand new. It just came out. So
I have it down below.
yeah, you have to email me.
Jane
Yeah.
at yourpersonalbusinessdoctor.com.
Bless
And
you.
you need to, like, there's only 10 available, so you need to email her right away.
Right. And then I'll send out the forms to apply.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
That's going
I'm
to fill up
excited
that
too.
fast. Your focus group, your giveaway, your book, everything that you have. We just think so. We're just so happy to be here today, Jane.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And that's, my tagline is taking your business to heart. That's my passion too, is I really take, I was texting my client last night about midnight because I stay up late, and she does too. So we were talking about her business at midnight last night. That's how much at heart I take my client's business.
Well, they can tell from just who you are.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, and Jody loves that idea. So
thank you.
You're going to be getting an email from Jody. I'm just also proud of her. She's in Marian's mastermind.
Oh.
Yeah, and if anybody wants a mastermind, holler. We got one.
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
Love it.
Oh, Jane, this just give us one more quick tip. We got a couple more minutes.
Oh, gosh. Let's see. Negotiating with your vendors, and also seeing if they're calling in, and call your cell phone company and negotiate. Call your credit card company and negotiate your rates down. I saw where some article where a whole bunch of people aren't paying their credit card bills. And so this is an ideal time to call them and say, I lost my job or my businesses, and I need a lower percent, because the percentage that these credit card companies, oh my gosh, it's awful. The 20%, 22% on some of them, just unbelievable, the interest expense. And not only that, they charge it, and then it keeps compounding, because the next month they're going to charge you interest on that interest, because it's all part of the big picture. So negotiate with your vendors, your suppliers, everybody you're doing business with, even your cell phone company. They have different rates all the time. I personally got on with T-Mobile because my son is a veteran. So I got on his plan because they were doing this veteran thing.
Oh,
so they were doing $50 a line for 4 lines. So that was $100. That was less. He was then paying less for his own bill and our bill when we combined them all together.
So check all that out. Oh,
yeah.
That
Yeah.
is just absolutely wonderful information, Jane.
Mhm.
Wow, thank you for being here. We're going to have you on again, I can
Oh,
tell. Everybody's going to want to know this. Oh, beautiful. And we'll send everybody to the replay. Anybody who's on here live, send them to the replay. Go watch it. I'm going to go watch it again. Well, thank you again, Jane, for
oh,
being
thank
here.
you.
Beautiful information. And
Thank
thank you, Marian. We just love you because you're such good information, as well as
you.
she runs all of our software, and we appreciate
Hallelujah.
that.
Yeah, I love all the messages she's put on the screen. That's such a great
It
service.
is. It is a wonderful thing.
Mhm.
So be sure to look for us on Natural Curiosity on Facebook and YouTube and the podcast stations. That will give all of our information. And the website is naturalcuriosity.life, Life. You can contact us through there and bring us other ideas. Somebody you know who might make a good show too. And anybody wants to be on, we're happy to have you. Oh, Marian's put the information on here. Do
Great.
you need to read any of it, Marian?
If they want to listen to our podcast and they don't know where to go, they can go to anchor.fm/natural curiosity. Because a lot of times people, just like Lady Lou said, you want to take us on the go. And then you can see the replays for all the information so you don't miss anything.
Right. That's
Thank
Anchor.
you.
Anchor is ACH.
No, A-N.
Anchor. Anchor.fm.
A-N-C-H-O-R.
There we go. I can't see it without my glasses. Sorry. But we do love all of our audience. And we thank you all for being here, and all the replay audience, because very, very many of you come to the replays, and go watch it again. It's worth it. Thank you again, Jane and
Thank
Marian.
you
We
so
love
much
you
for having
all.
me. I sure enjoyed it.
We did
Thank
too.
you. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody. Bye for now.
Bye.
See you again tomorrow.